Hi guys! This video is for those who are not born in an English speaking country but want to learn to speak English. Let's get to it. I am the author of the Book of English, Audiobook, and in this book I explain how you can acquire English language as second language as well as 55 basic verbs and phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations in this beautiful black and white setting with no pictures, just beautiful sentences and phrasal verbs. This book is only available in South Korea at the moment. So, how do you learn a language? Oh, there are only 3 things you can remember to learn any language other than your mother tongue. So, let's begin. So, number one is listening. As humans, we learn a language by listening. And as an animal, we learn a language by listening. Listening is how we acquire a language. As we listen to a certain system of language, we start to instinctively acquire the language, understand the meaning, what it means. In the word communication means we understand what they mean, but not exactly what that means, but we get it. If you want to learn a language, you listen to the language. If you are in South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, or China, you listen to English. Through radio, YouTube, whatever, you listen to that language every day, certain time of the day, every day. And then, with the time accumulated, you start to understand what they mean. Okay? So, in this case, the important thing is that you continue listening. If you are in an environment that everybody speaks that language, you acquire it immediately. The condition is that you do not speak any other language but just that language. You listen to the language and you acquire that language. Usually it takes 6 months, a year. It depends on people and it also depends on the age of you. So, rule number one, how you can speak English or learn any other language other than your mother tongue is that you listen to the language every day for a period of time. And number 2 is reading aloud that language. You read aloud that language books, okay? When you read aloud a book, such as the Book of English, this is designed for people to read aloud. Here, in this book, there are English sentences with important phrasal verbs, and here, that's how you can pronunciate this sentence. And this book is made for reading aloud English language. So as you read aloud, what you get is 3 things. First, you read. Second, you listen. And third, most importantly, you practice using your muscle to speak that language. And this is critical to speaking that language. You get used to speaking that language, and this is the key to speaking any language, okay? So when you read aloud English language or any other language you want to learn, you read aloud and you practice you move your muscles to speak that language and you get used to it. And that's how you speak the language. Isn't that simple? That's all there is to it. You read aloud that language book every day, hopefully. And the best time, the most efficient and effective time that you can acquire language by reading aloud is morning and night, just before sleep and just out of bed. And that's the most effective time that you can acquire language because it's closest to the unconsciousness of ourselves. So read aloud your favorite book in that language you want to learn every day. Best time is every morning and every night. And that's how you learn a language. And practice, listen that language alone by yourself in your bedroom. And third is, what do you think? The third is courage. When you have the opportunity to speak the language you want to learn, you talk to them. You don't get afraid of making mistakes or not knowing any words to speak, not ruining the grammar. Don't worry about all those. They understand you and they actually like you who trying to speak the language I speak. Okay? So don't be afraid. Be brave. Be courageous to speak the language. When you have an opportunity, go talk to them and talk about any things. By doing this, you practice, you gain the crucial experience, and that's how you learn a language. So when you get an opportunity to speak English, go talk to them. Talk about any things. The best is compliment anything. Oh, I like your shirt. I like your hair. I just got a haircut. Thank you. You just talk to them with a bit of smile, and that's how you make friends and speak language. And making friends is the best way to learn a language. Really is. So let's summarize the 3 things. The first is listening. You listen to the language you want to learn. And second is reading aloud the books in that language you want to learn. In this case, it's English. You read aloud English book or The Book of English by A우레오, and reading aloud every day gives you that practice, that muscle movement. When you wanna swim really well, what you have to do is to swim every day. Okay? When you wanna speak a language, you speak that language every day. And this is the same thing. It's what our body does. Okay? So don't be afraid and go practice all the time. So the best way to speak English is to speak English really. And how do you speak English? By reading aloud English sentences every day, every morning, every night. And then after a certain period of time, your pronunciation gets really natural, phrases get natural, and your language is so nice. Okay? And it actually depends on people how fast you can learn a language. Some people are more talented at getting any language or linguistic, and some people are not so much. So it really depends on people, but the basic law of language acquisition is the same. You get used to it. That's the basic law of language acquisition. You get used to it. That's all there is to it. Oh, there's one other one. There's one more thing that's very efficient and effective of getting a new language is to have your language corrected by someone who speaks it naturally. That's really, really one of the best ways of learning a language. And we, English teachers and teachers, have to do this. Our job is to correct your language and give you suggestions. Oh, if you speak it this way, it sounds much better. It's more polite, it's more classy, it's more suitable for that occasion, and so many things. So the one more thing is to get your language corrected by someone who speaks it naturally. Yeah. So here it is. These 3 things, remember these 3 things, and you can learn a language, English language, any language in your place, in your time, in your comfort zone. So good luck. I am 아우레오, and see you in the next video. And comment and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.